President Cyril Ramaphosa was quite resolute on Thursday that he has no option but to resign as president. He told his closest allies he had a lot of calls with his friends from back in the day when he was a union leader. He spoke to his friends in business. He spoke to his closest allies in the cabinet, spoke to ANC leaders discussing the options he has after the Section 89 panel led by former Chief Justice Sandile Ngcobo found that he may have violated the Constitution. The president told those closest to him that he had no choice but to resign because this Phala Phala cloud would hang over his head. He went as far as saying that if he did not resign, he would be blamed if the ANC's support in the 2024 election takes a nosedive. The president seemed quite resolute, those around him said, and it was planned that he was going to announce his resignation. But we understand that it was ANC National Chairperson Gwede Mantashe who said to the president that he was deployed by the ANC, he was not deployed by himself, and that he would have to first take the ANC into his confidence before he announces to the public. There was a meeting planned of the ANC National Executive Committee for Thursday evening that was postponed to Friday for an in-person meeting. And when that postponement happened, Ramaphosa's advisors, dug their heels in. Those closest to him in cabinet tried to convince him that they can mount a fight back. The president was quite clear that he disagreed with the report. He did not believe that it was good in law or on facts, but he said, based on legal advice, that a challenge to the report would take too long and that the scandal will affect him and affect the ANC. Ramaphosa's closest allies in the cabinet said that the president seemed unwavering in his decision that he will resign. Those closest to him said they told him that he cannot resign and give the country back to criminals, that he cannot give his political opponents what they want, that he must look at the stability of the country. But he said quite definitively that he was ready to leave his office at the union buildings. What tipped the scales was late on Thursday during a conversation with the ANC chairpersons, a group of ANC provincial leaders, who sought to convince the president that he should postpone making that decision, announcing his resignation, and that there was enough support in the National Executive Committee to fight back against the report and against those who are calling for him to be removed from office. We know that the president preferred that this decision come from his own volition and not as a consequence of an ANC decision. He was unsure of his support in the ANC National Executive Committee. There's a lot of trepidation about which way things could go in the meeting. It is ultimately the view that, yes, the president still wants to resign. Ramaphosa's allies say that despite Ramaphosa's resolution that he would resign from office, they have enough support to convince him and to convince other ANC leaders that his resignation as president would be ill-fated not only for the ANC, but also for the country. It remains to be seen whether President Cyril Ramaphosa will hold on to his seat in office or he will resign as planned. Follow News24 for more updates and analysis.